Whew. Hey everybody, Ash here with Gents, and today I've got a haul video for you today. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I know some of you out there really like this type of video, and I've got a little bit of something for everybody here. I've picked up some designers, some niche stuff, and some discontinued stuff. Since it's been so long, there are a lot of things I could actually include here, but I'm just gonna include the stuff that I've picked up recently. And I'll probably have another haul video coming at you in a couple of weeks where I cover some stuff that I'm not gonna talk about today. But enough of that, let's go ahead and check out this haul. First things first, this one, Versace Eros Flame. This came to me courtesy of Timmy from Imagine Scent. If you haven't checked his channel out, do so. I'll leave a link in the description. I've already reviewed this one on the channel, so if you want more information on this one, just go ahead and check that review out or Timmy's review. So I'm not going to talk about this one too much. Versace Eros Flame, Versace's new flanker to Eros, obviously. It's okay. If you have Eros, it may be a little bit redundant, and between the two, I like Eros more. Either way, when they start showing up in more stores, if you're interested, just check it out. Got a lot of random stuff here. Okay, another Cremo Bourbon and Oak. Now this one I'm going to be giving away on Christmas Day. I'm going to do a video on the 25th where I give away a few fragrances, so be on the lookout for that. I'll probably do like a quick review of the Banana Republic fragrances. I'm going to give away at least one full bottle from that line. I'm going to give away this and a few other fragrances as well, so be on the lookout for that video. Oh, and this does come with the body wash too, so there it is. I haven't even pulled it out. I will not use this body wash. Whoever wins this, it's all yours. This one does have a really crap atomizer, so whoever wins this, just be aware of that. Check this out. Wow, that's quality. So yeah, the atomizer is trash on this. Fragrance itself, a little bit of a warm woods type fragrance. It's not overly boozy, it's more woodsy than it is boozy. It's decent smelling. It's got like 4.5 hours longevity, not super long, but I'm sure one of you out there can make use of this guy. That one maybe I'll talk about a little bit more in the video where I actually give it away. But yeah, Cremo Bourbon and Oak. It's got a cool name if nothing else. Next up, a Mancera. It's one of the Oud fragrances of theirs that I did not have. It is Sand Aoud. This one I actually got online for a really good deal. I think it was like $32, something like that. And just the other day on my group, I posted about Mancera Cedrat Bois. FragranceNet had 120 milliliter tester bottles for $37. Sometimes you can find really, really good deals on this house. So just always be on the lookout. It's got oud, spices, and blackcurrant. Haven't given this a proper wearing yet. Just smelling from the atomizer, you can tell it's got that Menthol / Mancera oud note that are in so many of their fragrances. If you've worn Manceras or Menthols, you know what I'm talking about. Pick that up because at the price, you really can't go wrong. 120 milliliters of a niche fragrance from a house I really like for under 40 bucks. Kind of a no-brainer. It's also got pretty decent reviews online, so I'm really happy I scooped this up. Also, if any of you guys want to see any of these fragrances reviewed in more detail, let me know in the comments which ones. That way I know if you want to see any more detail on these ones. Next up, Pai Neo from Givenchy. Legitimately only picked this up because my friend Timmy, it was his first review and I did not own this and I had actually never smelled this. So I picked up a tester bottle of it. You can actually get testers of this pretty cheap online. It's got the notes right on the back here, but some of the main notes are orange, cedar, and bergamot. Now this fragrance apparently was inspired by the movie The Matrix. So Pai Neo, yeah. And also inspired by the virtual world of the future. So that's interesting. It's really interesting. The company marketed it as something that's like a new dimension between time and space. But I will say, if nothing else, that the bottle does look really cool. I've not really given this a proper wearing either. I got it in not very long ago. This fragrance has been out for a while. Obviously, it's inspired by The Matrix, so that's not really a new cutting-edge movie anymore. But it's one that was missing from my collection. I wanted to pick it up, and where it's cheap, I went ahead and went for it. Maybe I'll review this or feature it at some point in the future if the correct time presents itself. So the next one is not really discontinued, but it is a limited edition. A new one comes out every year, so you know, each year a new one comes out, the older ones get harder and harder to find. It's a CK1 Summer by Calvin Klein. This one's from 2012. It's got notes of cucumber, mint, lime, and aquatic notes. CK1 Summer fragrances are fairly easy to collect for, as long as you're starting your collection from the past 4 years going forward, basically. Each year when a new CK1 Summer comes out, it's really easy to find discounted at TJ Maxx, at Ross's, online. They're not expensive. This one I think goes for around $80-ish on eBay right now. It does have a really cool kind of cracked glass effect on the bottle. I'm not sure how well it shows up there, but on the back, that's where it actually has the design. So when you look through, it has a really cool kind of cracked look to it. CK1 Summer fragrances are what they are. They're typically fairly cheap smelling. They're good for summer, and their performance is not so great. But each year they get a cool new bottle design, and they smell nice. This one's actually pretty good. Better than a lot of the newer releases that have come out. This one I actually found online for about 12 bucks, so I purchased it right away. Really pumped to add it into my collection. I don't have this year's CK1 Summer, but I'll pick that up at some point just so I can have a lineup, you know, from 2012 on. The ones before 2012, I doubt I'll ever get them unless I find a really, really good deal. Next up is Zara fragrance. I actually purchased a few Zaras online. This is one of the ones that I got. It's a newer release from them, and it is a clone, and this one is called Soft Haze. I also got Crude, Dark Crude, and Don't Follow. And I have Don't Follow here, I'll show that right after this one. Crude and Dark Crude I'm not featuring in this video. I got it a little before all of these ones. I will say that Crude is an Invictus Aqua clone. Dark Crude I haven't really given any wearings yet. And this one is a Silver Mountain Water clone by Creed. And this one is actually a really good Silver Mountain Water clone. There are a number of Silver Mountain Water clones out there. It's probably the second most cloned Creed behind Aventus. This one is a good one though, as far as clones go. I may review that in the future as part of like a Zara double feature where maybe I do 2 Zara fragrances in one video so I can go ahead and knock them out for people that are interested. But yeah, Silver Mountain Water clone. And here's Zara Don't Follow. Now this is kind of like Zara's new amped up packaging. This is one of their more expensive fragrances. This one is $40. So you can see here it's got this leather holder that the bottle sits down into. And then on the front it says Zara Don't Follow, and then has a couple of terrible sentences. My body exhales vitality, waiting for new adventures and stories to happen. I feel satisfied. Yeah, I don't know about that. So there's the inside of the little leather holder, and then the bottle. And this is the same kind of bottle that their Aventus clone comes in. See, the cap says Zara, and this is a magnetic cap, so they're trying to step up their presentation a little bit, but it's not a very strong magnetic cap. It's not like a Chanel or a Dior, like super high quality. I mean, what do you expect? It's Zara. And then the bottle, just very plain, Don't Follow. This only has 3 notes listed: violet, bergamot, and amber. And I'll probably review that with Soft Haze at some point in the future. They're not really linked, but I bought them at the same time, so that's why I'll put them together. As far as my thoughts right now on that one though, it sucks. I'll go into more detail in a later video. Next up, another discontinued one from Hugh Parsons, 99 Regent Street. And this bottle has definitely seen better days. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but it doesn't look great. Musk Violet and Ambrette Seed are some of the notes here. When you very first spray this on, it has a fairly strong similarity to Creed Green Irish Tweed. It's sharper than Green Irish Tweed, not as natural smelling, a little harsher. Pretty quickly it starts to go its own route. It gets a little bit more floral than Green Irish Tweed does. And in general lacks a little bit of the depth of Green Irish Tweed, but it does smell pretty nice to my nose. Like I said, it's discontinued. Nowadays for a bottle this size, I think it's in the $80 to $90 range. And that's another one that I got fairly cheap. I mean, the bottle doesn't look great, but I don't overly care. Glad to have this one in the collection, 99 Regent Street. This is actually my 3rd Hugh Parsons fragrance. I've never talked about them. but you can usually pick up Hugh Parsons fragrances online fairly cheap, at least as long as you look around a little bit. Next up, a newer fragrance, Davidoff Wood Blend. This is obviously in the Davidoff blend line, which has amber blend, leather blend, and agar blend. When you spray wood blend on, you can immediately tell that it's part of the blend line because most of those fragrances have a similar backbone. Like the base will smell fairly similar, or at least have a note in it that carries over from fragrance to fragrance. And that's present here. And while this is called wood blend, there's really not that much wood in the fragrance. Like there's vetiver, but as far as real woody notes, it doesn't have any. This is a fragrance that I actually have a review ready to go for. I just have to film it. I've already written out my notes and everything on it, so if anybody's interested, I'll go ahead and shoot that. Next up, an enormous bottle of Hugo Boss Bottled Unlimited. Huge. And this is a fragrance that people have actually asked me about on the channel a number of times in comments and during live streams. And I didn't own it until just now. Mint, pineapple, grapefruit, some of the notes here. Opening in that smells really, really nice. It's very fruity. Why'd I do that? It does smell really nice though. It's definitely more a spring or summer fragrance. I may want to go ahead and pick up a bottle with a full presentation so I can do a proper review for this one sometime next year, because that bottle looks crappy, but the fragrance inside smells nice. All right, that's gonna take me to my last two fragrances in this video. They are niche fragrances and they are just hella cool looking. Just really, really cool. They are from Neandertal. It's Neandertal Light and Neandertal Dark. These are the bottles. They look sick. And these are all handmade actually by the owner of Neandertal. So you just take the top off, and there you have the atomizer, and right back on. The top is magnetic, but it's not strong enough to pick up by the cap. 100% never do that. You can see there's not really too much resistance there. And here are the boxes, light and dark. And then they have notes on the back there. I'm going to do a video on these at some point in the not too distant future where I review them, give my thoughts on them. But these are just very hyper unique fragrances. I had actually seen these pop up in my group. Somebody had posted a picture of them, so I had to go ahead and seek them out because that bottle is just too unique. Have that in the collection, just looks fantastic. Now I have worn Neandertal Dark. I have not given Neandertal Light a full wearing yet. I'll just go ahead and read the notes for Neandertal Dark off the back of the box here. Green foliage, pepper berries, citrus fruits, aromatic seeds, leather, amber, incense resins, and oud. And this one is very unique. Very strong performance off my skin, very long longevity. It's green, it's earthy, it's dark, it's a little bit funky. There's a lot going on. It definitely takes kind of an animalic tone as it dries down. And what's interesting about that one is I had my wife smell it in the dry down when it did have that animalic vibe going on, again with just an earthy dark green feel to it. And she actually said that she liked it, which really surprised me. I was expecting her to maybe recoil or not be into it, but she smelled it and kind of shook her head and said it smelled unique and that she liked it. So you don't always know what other people are gonna think of fragrances off your skin. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it with those two, the Neandertal fragrances, because there's really not gonna be one that tops how these ones look in a haul video. These are just awesome. All right guys, that's gonna do it for me for this haul video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments some of the fragrances you've picked up recently. And I'll do another one of these probably 2, maybe 3 weeks. We're gonna shoot for 2 weeks though, just so I can keep you guys up to date on some of the things coming in. And if you want reviews on some of these that maybe I wasn't going to review, but some of you wanna see it, it'll kind of let me know to get that out there for you guys. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.